up, Reader fam? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you my most requested video ever, and that is an updated bookshelf tour. And before we get into the video, I did want to touch on a few things. First up, I just wanted to point out that I recognize my privilege in having all of these books, and I do not think that you have to have a large book collection to be a valid reader. Like, all you gotta do is read books. I also don't think that you have to have a large book collection to be a bookish creator. I consider myself a book collector on top of being a bookish creator, and I do think that the two things are different. The second thing is, yes, I do have multiple copies of books. I do have multiple editions of certain books, so you don't have to point that out in the comments. I mean, you still can. Again, I'm a book collector. I like having multiple editions of books. Number three, I am posting a separate video for my manga, graphic novel, and comics collection, which I will leave a link to down below in the description. That's basically that section right over there. It's all my manga, graphic novel, and comics, and that video should already be up, so I will link it down below in the description. And finally, number four, my bookshelves are changing next year. Scratch that. I filmed this video in 2020 thinking I'd get it up in 2020, but here we are in 2021, 7 months into 2021, and I'm just now getting this bookshelf tour up. You'll finally be seeing my new bookshelves in a few days. So say goodbye to them. Say rest in peace in the comments. All right, I think that covers it. Without further ado, let's get started. Here's an overview of my bookshelves. They're a little chaotic since I don't have a real organization method, but I love them just as they are. First up here, we have my Ransom Riggs shrine. It's kind of a mess. We've got some Funko Pops here. We've got the twins. I've got an audiobook of the first book, a little box that I got from the movie premiere, a little promotional box, a Funko Pop of Jake, another promotional box because I'm trash, talking pictures, a Miss Peregrine's journal, Tales of the Peculiar, the paperback edition, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, the movie tie-in edition, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, the paperback edition, Hollow City in paperback, the paperback of A Map of Days, an arc of A Map of Days, Miss Peregrine's in hardback. I do have a second copy because I'm going to do something with it. Hollow City, Library of Souls, A Map of Days, The Conference of the Birds. And I've got the Miss Peregrine's graphic novel and the Hollow City graphic novel. They better make the rest of them or I will cry myself to sleep every night till the day I die. That was dramatic. Tales of the Peculiar, the hardback edition, which is beautiful. And this Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children film book. I have an arc here of A Very Large Expanse of Sea, an arc of Witchwood, an arc of Furthermore, Unite Me, Shatter Me, Unravel Me, Ignite Me, Restore Me, Defy Me, Imagine Me, A Very Large Expanse of Sea, Furthermore, Witchwood. Now we've got the Rick Riordan section. Next up here, Dragon Pearl, Arusha and the End of Time, Arusha and the Song of Death. I have this little Percy Jackson coin. We've got the Demigod Files, the Brooklyn House Magician's Manual, Guide to the Norse Worlds, The Lost Hero, The Son of Neptune, The Mark of Athena, The House of Hades, The Blood of Olympus, The Lightning Thief, The Sea of Monsters, The Titan's Curse, The Battle of the Labyrinth, and The Last Olympian. I've got the Red Pyramid, The Throne of Fire, and The Serpent's Shadow, all in paperback. And then of course I have them in the hardback edition too. So we've got the Red Pyramid, The Throne of Fire, The Serpent's Shadow. We've got The Trials of Apollo. We've got the Hidden Oracle, The Dark Prophecy, The Burning Maze, The Sword of Summer, The Hammer of Thor, The Ship of the Dead. And we've got the illustrated edition of The Lightning Thief. We've got Sal and Gabby Break the Universe, Sal and Gabby Fix the Universe, Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky. I have the graphic novel of The Mortal Instruments Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, The Infernal Devices graphic novel Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. This is my fake plant named Fred, The Red Scrolls of Magic, The Bane Chronicles, Chain of Gold, City of Bones, the 10th Anniversary Edition, Clockwork Angel, got a Malik promotional box that I keep a bunch of junk in. We've got City of Bones, City of Ashes, City of Glass, City of Fallen Angels, City of Lost Souls, and City of Heavenly Fire. Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, and Clockwork Princess, Lady Midnight, Lord of Shadows, Queen of Air and Darkness, the Shadowhunters Codex, a history of notable Shadowhunters and denizens of the Downworld, Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy, Ghosts of the Shadow Market, a Chain of Gold sampler because I keep everything apparently. Then I have a bunch of the Shadowhunter books in paperback because I love their aesthetic. Don't hate me. I got this cool light up of the Angelic Rune, another promotional box that I used to store junk, another promotional box that again I used to store junk. What do you know? Got a little Shadowhunters banner here, Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, Clockwork Princess. I have the books out of order, my bad, don't hate me, I'm gonna fix it. We've got City of Bones, City of Ashes, City of Glass, City of Fallen Angels, City of Lost Souls, City of Heavenly Fire. Here we have a print that I got from the artist of the A Series of Unfortunate Events series. I have the GameCube game of A Series of Unfortunate Events, which was so fun, let me tell you. A little doodle of Sunny, again from the illustrator, and he wrote a note on the inside. I have this A Series of Unfortunate Events movie puzzle thing that came out around the movie. The Dark, Beatrice Letters, The Blank Book, Horseradish, Lemony Snicket, the unauthorized autobiography, The Bad Beginning, the Rare Edition, The Bad Beginning, The Reptile Room, that still has like Play-Doh on it from when I was a kid, The Wide Window, The Miserable Mill, The Austria Academy, The Ersatz Elevator, The Vile Village, The Hostile Hospital, The Carnivorous Carnival, that's hard for me to pronounce, geez, The Slippery Slope, Slope, The Grim Grotto, The Penultimate Peril. Oh my gosh, these titles are killing me. And The End. Here we have my Victoria Schwab shrine. As you can see, I have little collectibles here and there on the shelf itself. First up, I have here this little Addie LaRue journal, Because You Love to Hate Me, the UK edition, Because You Love to Hate Me, the US edition in paperback, Vampires Never Get Old, Tales with Fresh Bite, A Darker Shade of Magic, the Illumicrate edition, and A Darker Shade of Magic book sleeve, Shades of Magic, the Steel Prince comic, a single edition of the Steel Prince, Shades of Magic, the Steel Prince Barnes & Noble edition, Because You Love to Hate Me in hardback, The Near Witch, original edition, The Near Witch, the newer edition, that has incredible edges, A Darker Shade of Magic collector's edition, A Gathering of Shadows collector's edition, A Conjuring of Light collector's edition, Darker Shade of Magic basic edition, A Gathering of Shadows basic edition, A Conjuring of Light basic edition, Vicious, Vicious the new edition, Vengeful, Vicious the UK edition, which is magnificent, Vengeful, Vicious the old UK edition, A Darker Shade of Magic, A Gathering of Shadows, A Conjuring of Light, all in the basic UK editions, The Savage Song and Our Dark Duet in the UK paperback editions, The Dark Vault, which is a bind-up of the archived and the unbound, The Savage Song, Our Dark Duet, The Archived, The Unbound, City of Ghosts, Tunnel of Bones, The Raven Boys, The Dream Thieves, Blue Lily, Lily Blue, The Raven King, Call Down the Hawk, All the Crooked Saints, The Darkest Minds, Never Fade, In the Afterlight, Through the Dark, The Darkest Legacy, Passenger, Wayfarer, The Dreadful Tale of Prosper Redding, The Last Life of Prince Alistair, 1984, which I always accidentally call 1989 because Taylor Swift, Sadie, also the name of my aunt's dog, Neverworld Wake, The Lies About Truth, The Odd One Out, Dear Martin, Jackpot, I'm Not Dying With You Tonight, I Stop Somewhere, The Beautiful, This Is Where It Ends, Panic, me editing this video. Denton Little's Death Date. Everyone's an alien when you're an alien too. Or if you want to pronounce it, everyone's an aliabin when you're an aliabin too. That works as well. Long Way Down. I love this book so much. One of us is lying. One of us is next. Two can keep a secret if one of them is dead. Grim Lovelies. The Hate You Give. Other World. Other Earth. Other Life. Romanov. Fox. This is a little Domokun tin that I got in Japan. This is a little glass church that was my grandma's and was passed on to me after she passed away. First up, we've got here Autumn Bridge. Cloud of Sparrows, Japan in Days of Yore, The Sailor Who Fell from Grace with the Sea, Spring Snow. We have Spring Snow in Missouri and I hate it. Another edition of The Sailor Who Fell from Grace with the Sea because I am trash. The Makioka Sisters, Out, The Housekeeper and the Professor, The Wind-Up Bird Chronicle, Norwegian Wood, Haiku, Code of the Samurai, The Five Rings, The Beast Player, Hiroshige, People from My Neighborhood, Hear the Wind Sing, A Cup of Sake Beneath the Cherry Trees, The Book of Tea, Kafka on the Shore, Awakening Your Ikigai, Kitchen, Spring Garden, Ghosts of the Tsunami. We have here a National Geographic on Japan, The Art of Jinshin, Tales of Japan, Secret Tokyo, a coloring book, Japanese ink painting, and The Gardens of Japan. First up, The Severed Moon. This is a journal that Leigh Bardugo put out. Shadow and Bone, Siege and Storm, Ruin and Rising, Six of Crows, Crooked Kingdom, Six of Crows Collector's Edition, Crooked Kingdom Collector's Edition, King of Scars, the Illumicrate Edition. This one might not look different than the original, but like underneath, look at that. Oh yeah. Then we've got King of Scars, the regular edition. This is the Illumicrate edition of the Lives of Saints. They just did this really cool dust jacket for it that I'm obsessed with. The normal edition of the Lives of Saints, which is also beautiful. The Language of Thorns, Ninth House, Wonder Woman, Warbreaker, The Cruel Prince, The Wicked King, and The Queen of Nothing, all in the Illumicrate editions. The Cruel Prince, The Wicked King, The Queen of Nothing, all with the Illumicrate special edition dust jackets. The Darkest Part of the Forest, I Believe in a Thing Called Love, The Way You Make Me Feel. Dang. Double books with double song titles. The Lovely and the Lost, The Wicked Fox, Vicious Spirits, Winterborn Home of Vengeance and Valor, The Amateurs, Follow Me, Magic for Liars, Flying Lessons and Other Stories, This Adventure Ends, Some Kind of Courage, The Honest Truth, Scar Island, We Should Hang Out Sometime. This time will be different. Seraphina and the Black Cloak, Seraphina and the Twisted Staff, Seraphina and the Splintered Heart, Willa of the Wood, The Rise of Kyoshi, The Shadow of Kyoshi, Between Shades of Grey, Salt to the Sea, Tight, Black Enough, Want, The Guinevere Deception, The Stormcrow, Bloodleaf, Greythorn, The Fifth Wave, Unearthed, Undying, Aragon, An Ember in the Ashes, Falling Kingdoms. I got rid of the rest of the series. Oops. And I Darken, Now I Rise, Bright We Burn, A Curse So Dark and Lonely, A Heart So Fierce and Broken, An Enchantment of Ravens, Sorcery of Thorns, The Book of Dust, Collector's Edition, The Book of Dust, Basic Edition, The Secret Commonwealth, Ghostland, An Absolutely Remarkable Thing, All the Light We Cannot See, Skyward, Starsight, Tempest and Slaughter, Your One one and only, The Darkest Corners, Little Monsters, I'm a Little Monster, dun, dun, dun. If you can name that K-pop song, you're my best friend. Yup. Caraval, the UK beautiful, stunning, amazing edition, The Court of Miracles, If We Were Villains, the Illumicrate edition of The Starless Sea, the library book, Becoming, Sleeping Giants, Waking Gods, The Bear and the Nightingale, The Poppy War, The Dragon Republic. They both die at the end, more happy than not. History Is All You Left Me, Infinity Sun, My Heart and Other Black Holes, The Venge Keep Prophecies, The Shadowhand Covenant, The Grim Jinx Rebellion, The Accident Season, My True Love Gave to Me, White Rose, Hungry Hearts, Rebel Bell, Frankly in Love, I'm frankly in love with this book, love a good dad joke, Everything, The Sun Is Also a Star, Eliza and Her Monsters, Half Gods, A List of Cages, that book destroyed me, Phantom Limbs, Windfall, When We Collided, Literally, Illumine, Gemina, Obsidio, Red Queen, the Collector's Edition, Glass Sword, the Collector's Edition, Cruel Crown, Red Queen, Basic Edition, Glass Sword, Basic Edition, King's Cage, Warstorm, Daughter of Smoke and Bone, Days of Blood and Starlight, Dreams of Gods and Monsters, Strange the Dreamer, Muse of Nightmares, How Not to Die Alone, A Tale for the Time Being, and The Midnight Lie. The Kingdom of Back, When We Were Magic, Fairest, Cinder, Scarlet, Cress, Winter, Stars Above, The Gravity of Us, A Short History of the Girl Next Door, Baking Normal, Meet Cute, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, For Everyone, When You Were Here, Vengeance Road, The Wolf Wilder, Hot Dog Girl, Wonder, Before I Let Go, Emergency Contact, The Astonishing Color of After, Geekarella, The Princess and the Fangirl, Bookish and the Beast. Next we've got The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, Mockingjay, Bull, Love Boat Taipei, Control, The Forsaken, The Field Guide to the North American Teenager, If You Come Softly, American Street, 100 Sideways Miles. This cover always trips me out. Like, is this upside down? Is it right side up? Couldn't tell ya. Too hard to decipher. Can't compute. Winger, Standoff, The Boundless, Voices, Reign the Earth, Warcross, Wildcard, Legend, Prodigy, Champion, Rebel, The Silence of Bones, The Magical Language of Others. Next we've got One of the Boys, Turtles All the Way Down, The Fault in Our Stars, Me and Earl and the Dying Girl, We Were Liars, the Deluxe Edition, Genuine Fraud, Cemetery Boys, Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda, Don't Read the Comments, Slay, What to Say Next, I Want to Be Where You Are, Here We Are Now, All the Things We Never Knew, Under Rose Tainted Skies, Mr. Penumbra's 24-hour bookstore, As You Wish, Something in Between, Devastation Class, We Are the Wildcats, Look Both Ways, You Should See Me in a Crown, Parachutes, and Dr. Bird's Advice for Sad Poets. Got the very bottom shelf here. Let's kick it off. We've got Bob, The Wild Robot, The Color of Magic, The Marked Girl, Broken Monsters, The Shining Girls, The Earth, My Butt, and Other Big Round Things, The Universe is Expanding and So Am I, No Name Squirrel, The Lover's Dictionary, We Are Okay, Are We Though, Are We Okay, The Invention of Hugo Cabret, Wonderstruck, The Marvels. This is a bind-up of the His Dark Materials trilogy. This is a bind-up of the Spiderwick Chronicles, Divergent, Insurgent, We Don't Talk About Her, Allegiant, 4. Next shelf, we've got A Shadow Bright and Burning, A Poison Dark and Drowning, A Sorrow Fierce and Falling. I'm actually going to be getting rid of this trilogy soon. Oop! All American Boys, 172 Hours on the Moon, The Devouring Grey, Seafire, What We Saw, Coral, How to Make Friends with the Dark, House of Salt and Sorrows, Aurora Rising, The Call, Every Heart a Doorway, Down Among the Sticks and Bones, The Ocean at the End of the Lane, Snow and Rose, Why We Broke Up, The Doldrums, The Helmsley Curse, Reverie, Zenith, Nexus, The Edge of Everything. Next up, we've got Convenience Store Woman, If Cats Disappeared from the World, That'd Be Sad, The Miracles of the Namiya General Store, one of my favorites, Ghost Boys, I'm Still Here, Havenfall, Human Acts, The Beauty That Remains, The June Boys, Dangerous Remedy, The Black Kids, The Voting Booth, Making Friends with Alice Dyson, We Are Not Free, The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender, To Best the Boys, Frazzled, Everyday Disasters and Impending Doom, Frazzled, Ordinary Mishaps and Inevitable Catastrophes, that is a tongue twister, Frazzled, Minor Incidents and Absolute Uncertainties, Carry On, Wayward Son, Fangirl Collector's Edition, Fangirl Basic Edition, Landline, Attachments, Pumpkinheads, Almost Midnight, and Kindred Spirits. Here are the last two shelves I'll be showing you today. These shelves are honestly annoying because of how restricting they are, but I don't have to be annoyed by them much longer. First up here I have this Shadowhunter teapot that I got from an Illumicrate box. Next I have all these ghost story books that I was sent. We've got the Old Nurse's Story, the Sundial, the Apple Tree, Christmas Eve on a Haunted Hulk, the Green Room, the Red Lodge, the Empty House, the Signal Man, One Who Saw, Afterward, the Diary of Mr. Pointer, The Crown Derby Plate, The Toll House, How Fear Departed the Long Gallery, Rules for a Night, Jonathan Livingston Seagull, The Nest, Rana and Jamal, Hans Christian Andersen's Fairy Tales, A Thousand Mornings, Love and Misadventures, Bittersweet Love, Water Runs Red, Pillow Thoughts, Bird by Bird, Pitch Perfect, Byways, The Princess Saves Herself in this one, A Poem for Every Night of the Year. Next shelf we've got Ash Princess, Lady Smoke, Ember Queen, Brave Mercy, Mortal Heart, Dark Triumph, Courting Darkness, Igniting Darkness, The Gilded Wolves, and The Silvered Serpents. Next shelf we've got Ghostly Tales, Nevermore, Jellicoe Road, Professor Gargoyle, The Slither Sisters, Teacher's Pest, The Night Circus, Hounded, and then I have Staked, which I know was not the second book in the series. This one was given to me for free. Libriomancer, Goblin Market, Letters to a Young Poet, Three Tang Dynasty Poets. We've got Prince Caspian, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, The Last Battle, The Horse and His Boy. I'm missing a few of the books in this edition because they're so hard to find. Next shelf, we've got Something Strange and Deadly, A Darkness Strange and Lovely, Strange and Ever After, A Monster Calls, Kim Ji-young, born in 1982, A Separate Piece, Something Wicked This Way Comes, Where Things Come Back, Dash and Lily's Book of Dares, The 12 Days of Dash and Lily, Scorpio Races, Delirium, The Decay of Lying, The Ballad of Reading Jail, The Picture of Dorian Gray, Franny and Zoe, The Little Prince, Half a World Away, The Red Pencil, The Halloween Tree, and The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Next shelf, these are books that I just have not put in the main bookshelf. We've got The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, Chain of Gold, the Illumicrate edition, Escape from Camp 14, The Sisters Grimm, Devastation Class, King and the Dragonflies, Black Sun, Blood Heir, How the King of Elfheim Learned to Hate Stories, The Invincible Summer of Juniper Jones, Raybearer, The Thing About Luck, Rebel Rose, and the last shelf on this bookshelf, we've got the Gospels, Let It Snow Pocket Edition, 642 Tiny Things to Write About, 100 Ghosts, I did a terrible job of showcasing that book, my bad, Faded, The Autobiography of Malcolm X, Rumble, Crank, Burned, Smoke, The Tiny Book of Tiny Stories, The Tiny Book of Tiny Stories 2, Horton's Miraculous Mechanisms, The You Have Never Known, Shindell, A Natural Warrior, The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, That We May Live, and Strange Planet. First up here on this shelf, we've got The Bones Season, The Mime Order, The Warrior Heir, Black Ice, Off the Page, The Devotion of Suspect X, Paper Towns, Looking for Alaska, Second Chance Summer, Amy and Roger's Epic Detour, Stroots and Frets, The Perfect Escape, The Sky is Everywhere. Next shelf, we've got my buddy Domokun, we've got The Red Notebook, Pachinko, The Assassin's Apprentice, See You at Harry's, Pax, Misery, The Shock of the Fall, The Secret History, Peter Pan. This edition actually stars me, and it has my friends as like the side characters, which is really fun. The Saturday Night Ghost Club, The House with a Clock in its Walls, We Have Always Lived in the Castle, The Joy Luck Club, The BFG, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Everything I Never Told You, Little Fires Everywhere, Death of the Chateau Bremont. Next shelf, we've got some skulls. Then we've got this tin that I keep a lot of bookish stuff in, The Lonesome Bodybuilder, The Martian, The House on Mango Street, Ready Player One, Loathe at First Sight, The Queen of the Tierling, Food Girls and Other Things I Can't Have, The Call Polish edition. The reason I have this is because I'm blurbed on it. Hold Still, Cat's Cradle, After Ever After, Drums, Girls, and Dangerous Pie, Their Eyes Were Watching God, Fortunately The Milk, Coraline. My paperback edition of The Hunger Games. This is the book that I originally read when I first read The Hunger Games, and I just can't seem to get rid of it. Unnatural Creatures, A Wrinkle in Time, Holes. Oh, next shelf we've got The Darkest Minds in paperback. These are the ones that I did the colored edges on and regretted it because they did not hold up well. Never Fade, In the Afterlight, Through the Dark, The Fifth Season, The Boy in the Black Suit, A Man Called Uwe, My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry, Brown Girl Dreaming, More Happy Than Not, Here to Stay, Girl Under a Red Moon, Natalie Tan's Book of Luck and Fortune. Next shelf we've got Finding Audrey, Hyperbole and a Half, Akata Witch, Yakuza Moon, The Sympathizer, Room, Why Are All the Black Kids Sitting Together in the Cafeteria, The Storied Life of AJ Fickery, All Fall Down, See How They Run, Take the Key and Lock Her Up, The Kite Runner, The House of Yan, Bee, Boo, and Me, The Bling Ring. Next we've got Side, Night Film, The Night Tiger, one of my favorites, The Queen of the Tierling, A Bond Undone, To Sleep in a Sea of Stars, New Waves, If I Had Your Face, and the last book I'm showing you today, The Lonely Hearts Hotel. Alright guys, that's it for this video. If you have any questions on any specific book, let me know down below in the comments and I will try to answer them. And if you made it to the end of this video, then give yourself a big old pat on the back because honestly, I wouldn't be able to sit through this, but you did it. If you like this video, be sure to go and hit that like button. If you want to see more bookish content from me, be sure to go and hit subscribe or go and hit that bell icon and you'll be notified every time I post new videos. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope your day is bright, that tomorrow is brighter. Keep reading what your heart desires and I will see you soon with a new video. Bye-oh!